Hello and welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're talking about fembendazole. There's a lot of talk going around the internet about fembendazole for quite some time thanks to Joe Tippins. Joe Tippins had stage 4 lung cancer, and it's a huge debate as to whether or not the immune therapy trial that he was on, there was like 1,000 people or something. He was the only one that got his cancer into remissions and made it disappear. There's something called the Tippins protocol, which you can check out online. You can find it. And so there's a lot of debate if it was the fembendazole or the immune therapy that cured his cancer. There's a lot of rumors back and forth. You can choose your side. I had my procedure done last week. I'll give a quick update on that and stayed at the end to get my opinion on fembendazole and what I think you should do. So they went in last Friday, stretched my pylorus muscle, gastral something or other, delayed emptying, and basically it just means that food isn't passing through my stomach and it's backing up and it causes excruciating pain. So they stretched a few things out down there. Just this Tuesday, unfortunately, it happened all over again, so that was a rough go. So there's a quick little update for you. Fembendazole and embendazole. So I guess first thing, what is it? Embendazole is a human dewormer, actually, and unfortunately a lot of doctors in Canada won't prescribe embendazole in combination with standard of care treatments such as chemo and radiation. In the States, the USA, there are forward-thinking oncologists that are using metabolic therapy to help treat cancer along with standard of care chemotherapy and radiation. Joe Tippins, like I said, you can get his protocol online. He took it with vitamin D, he took it with quercetin, he took it with a few things, and his cancer went away. So since his claim to fame, there's been lots of trials done on fembendazole. The issue I find with fembendazole is it's really a metabolic therapy, or embendazole, and what it does is it interrupts the pathway to the cancer. Jeff DeProsperous on what's the name of his channel? I've mentioned it before. He talked to Thomas Seyfried in any sense, and asked Seyfried about it, and Seyfried said in the lab he has shown that in combination with Dawn works extremely well for cancer. And what it does is it interrupts the pathways for glucose and glutamine to get to the cell. It doesn't mean that cancer is a parasite. There's a lot of misconception about that. It just means that they're using the same pathways to get fuel source. Again, cancer doesn't use oxygen. So fembendazole and embendazole are great to slow the uptake of energy to the cell. And all the studies that had been done didn't really incorporate the rest of metabolic therapy. They did show success even without doing so. But they didn't have people in a ketogenic state. They didn't have people in a GKI range that Dr. Professor Seyfried says is therapeutic. So I just tested my GKI and I finally got it under 5, which for me without fasting, that's a big deal, just on a regular diet, to get my GKI under 5. So there's been one person that has shown negative side effects. There was an article published, I forget in which newspaper, but basically it showed that they had liver damage. Now this person, it goes on to talk, it wasn't a published paper in any scientific journal or literature, but this journal went on to state that it was due to the fembendazole causing liver damage, and she had to stop treatment of chemo and radiation for 30 days. Now, it didn't mention the other side of it, that chemo and radiation can cause liver damage. And so in her blood work, they saw too many enzymes or whatever it was. I can't remember, I don't recall. But it just went to the conclusion that it was the fembendazole that she was taking that caused the issue. No idea if that's the actual issue. So just to reiterate everything, we had Joe Tippins. There's lots of scientific journals saying that, or published science saying that it showed some promise in it working. We have Jeff DeProsperous on his Healing Humanity is the name of his channel if you want to check him out. His interview with Professor Seafried. We have Professor Seafried using it in the lab, showing great success in treating cancer to block the pathways of glucose and glutamine to the cell, especially cancer cells. And then we have this one person in a journal that showed some liver damage, but again, she was on chemo and radiation. You can't tell me that the chemo and radiation didn't cause liver damage. Like, that's a known side effect. It's like right in my chemo and radiation, and it wasn't published science, so there's no way of validating how truthful this article is. And so am I taking fembendazole? Actually, it's never now into May. What are we, like May 10th or whatever today is? May 9th, May 10th, May 11th? We're somewhere in there. So since January, actually, I've been taking fembendazole because, again, in Canada, you can't get it. Unfortunately, our doctors are not forward thinking. So I've been taking fembendazole. In January, I started taking it 3 days on, 2 days off. That was kind of my protocol. Come February, I started taking it daily. So the dose is 222 milligrams. I take it daily. I've had no side effects. My cancer hasn't grown. Now, how much is it truly helping? I don't know, but I'm about to go into a big fast from June 1st to June 18th. I'm going to do a huge fast, animal fats only, and I might actually even consider taking fembendazole morning and night. I wish our doctors would prescribe fembendazole, but they just won't do it. In the US, I know of lots of patients that are getting prescribed fembendazole. But yeah, that's what I got to say about fembendazole and fembendazole. If it's use at your own risk. I'm not saying anybody should or shouldn't try it. Again, this is a dog dewormer. You're getting it on Amazon. That's where I got mine. Use at your own risk. Start slow. Do what you got to do, or don't do it at all. Do your research. There's lots of publications on fembendazole out there, so you guys do what you want to do. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm a little rough, so sorry I haven't had much content coming out in these short videos. Eating's really been a challenge and severe pain. They had to put a permanent IV in my arm because when I have these fits where the food's not getting through, I get extreme pain, and unfortunately my hydromorph oral doesn't work because I throw it all up. So they got this permanent, it's not permanent, but weekly IV in there where my wife can inject hydromorph into me just to get the hydromorph in. So it's been a rough couple weeks. Hopefully this issue sorts itself out, and hopefully the surgeon stretching things last week, hopefully that plays out here and ends up solving the issues. I'll end up doing some videos on the esophagectomy that I had and some other things here going forward. If anybody has anything that they want me to talk about or anything they'd like to see, please put it in the comments below. I'm looking for some new ideas to talk about in these shorter videos. Fembendazole was one that's been on my mind for a while. Thinking about one maybe showing how to use the Keto Mojo meter because GKI is so important. I was thinking on doing maybe a video on my esophagectomy and talking about that and how that went. Anyways, drop some ideas in the comments below, and everybody have a great day, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks everybody, have a good day. Bye.